My name is Amelia Reed. I am 30 years old, and I am a major in the United States Air Force, specializing in strategic cybersecurity.
Follow us at
Tomorrow morning at 9
revengefiles.com.
a.m., I will be chairing a critical security review for Project Eagle, a top-secret defense contract. Sitting on the other side of the conference table will be my father and my brother, senior executives at the Defense Technology Corporation Sterling Dynamics. The only thing is, they have absolutely no idea. They don't know who I am. In their eyes, I am still Amelia, the daughter who threw away a bright future at Wharton Business School to chase a hobby in the military. The last time we had a real conversation, my father said the military was a waste of your potential. Since then, I stopped trying. Tonight, after years of distance, I am returning home for an obligatory family dinner. My mother will once again recount the latest achievements of my brother Nathan. My father will nod with pride. And surely someone will ask me a familiar, pitying question. Are you still having to move from base to base, dear? I will just smile. I will not correct them. Because tomorrow, when the CEO of Sterling Dynamics introduces me as Major Reed before the entire leadership board, their silence will be the most powerful answer. Let them have tonight. Let them enjoy their roles in the family drama they've written for themselves. Tomorrow, the script changes. The driveway to my childhood home seems the same, but the feeling is strangely different. The sedan I rented, a sleek and powerful black, looks out of place next to my mother's familiar family car. I turn off the engine, sit in silence, and take a deep breath. My palms are dry, my heart rate steady, a calmness honed through years in the military. But deep inside, a storm of emotions is still smoldering. The door is unlocked. Amelia, is that you? Come in, my mother's voice calls from the kitchen. No greeting at the door. I step inside, the familiar smell of baked apple pie filling my senses. And there, on the family's wall of honor, are the same familiar picture frames. Nathan's college graduation, Nathan's wedding, my nieces and nephews. There is not a single picture of me in uniform. The portrait from my Air Force Academy graduation that I sent home has probably been tucked away in a corner of the attic. Nathan and his family are coming soon. He was just appointed project director. You must congratulate your brother, my mother says, her hands still busy with dinner. That's wonderful, Mom, I reply, my voice even. The dinner unfolds like a well-rehearsed play. Nathan, as usual, is the star of the show. He talks endlessly about business strategies, lucrative contracts, and especially about the importance of his team to a major Department of Defense project. Project Eagle, he says with pride, it's going to be a complete game changer. My father listens, his eyes sparkling with unconcealed pride. What about you? My mother turns to me as if suddenly remembering my presence. Is your job still going okay? Still a captain? My father chimes in, his tone slightly dismissive. I just smile. I've been promoted. Oh, have you? That's good, he says perfunctorily before quickly turning back to Nathan's story. They don't ask what I was promoted to or what rank. To them, those are just meaningless titles in a world they don't care to understand. They don't know that their captain daughter holds in her hands the power to decide a part of the future of the Project Eagle they are so proud of. After dinner, I excuse myself to go up to my old room. The room has been kept almost exactly as it was, like a museum of a bygone era. Sports trophies, academic awards, admission letters from prestigious universities. All are testaments to the promising Amelia in their eyes, a version of me that died the day I decided to join the Air Force. Since then, all my achievements have become invisible in this house. There are no framed articles about my cybersecurity awards. There are no pictures from my overseas assignments. There are no signs of my promotions from second lieutenant to first lieutenant, captain, and now major. I open my suitcase and take out my dark blue dress uniform. It is perfectly pressed, without a single wrinkle. The silver major's insignia and the rows of award ribbons are pinned neatly on the chest. I carefully polish each button, a habit that helps me stay calm before important events. This uniform is not just clothing, it is my story, a testament to 10 years of dedication, effort, and sacrifice. Tomorrow, it will tell that story itself.
Follow us at revengefiles.com.
Downstairs, the sound of laughter and conversation still echoes. I know what they're talking about. About Nathan's success, about the future of Sterling Dynamics. I don't feel jealous, just a strange sense of irony. They are celebrating a project without knowing that its fate partly depends on the decision of the person they consider their biggest disappointment. The next morning, I arrive at Sterling Dynamics headquarters 15 minutes early. I park in the spot reserved for the Department of Defense advisor. As I step out of the car in my immaculate uniform, all eyes turn to me. There is surprise, there is curiosity, but no one dares to be disrespectful. The uniform carries an invisible authority. "Good morning, Major." The guard at the security gate greets me formally, a level of respect I have never received from my own family. I go straight up to the executive floor. I have memorized the building's layout. When the elevator doors open, the first person I see is Nathan. He is standing and talking with a few colleagues, his face full of confidence. But when he sees me, the smile on his lips freezes. "Amelia? What are you doing here? And what are you wearing?" I don't stop, just nod professionally. "Good morning, Mr. Dane. I'm here for the project review." Just then, my father steps out of his office. He freezes when he sees me. "Amelia, what's going on? Why are you?" Before he can finish his sentence, a powerful voice rings out. "Major Reed, a pleasure to have you. I didn't think you would be attending in person. It is Mrs. Evelyn Hayes, the CEO of Sterling Dynamics." She approaches, extends her hand, and shakes mine warmly. "I was in the area, Mrs. Hayes," I reply. "I thought it would be beneficial if I heard the report directly." "Wonderful." Mrs. Hayes smiles, then turns to my father and Nathan, who are still standing as if rooted to the spot. "Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, this is Major Amelia Reed. She is the Air Force's strategic cybersecurity expert and the Pentagon's lead evaluator for our Project Eagle." The air in the hallway seems to thicken. I don't need to look to feel the shock on the faces of my father and brother. The drama has truly begun. In the conference room, I am seated in a place of honor, right next to CEO Hayes. My father and brother sit on the opposite side, their faces still showing utter shock. The meeting begins. After Mrs. Hayes' introduction, I stand up and briefly present the Department of Defense's requirements and expectations for the project. My voice is calm, decisive, using technical terms I know for a fact my family will not understand. And then it is Nathan's turn. He, who was so loquacious the night before, now appears flustered. He presents his system integration plan, but his voice lacks its usual confidence. When he finishes, I begin to ask questions. "Mr. Dane," I say, my voice completely professional, "in your plan, I see no mention of the latest Pentagon standard quantum encryption protocols. Can you explain how your team intends to address this potential security vulnerability?" Nathan blinks, flustered. We will look into that part. You will have to," I reply. "Our standards are non-negotiable. Please update the detailed plan and send it to my office by the end of Thursday." "Yes, Major," Nathan replies meekly. The conference room is dead silent. I didn't need to raise my voice or be harsh. I was simply doing my job. But the power of knowledge and position spoke for itself. Everyone in the room, including my father and brother, now looked at me with completely different eyes. After the meeting, my father requested a private talk in his office. My mother and Nathan are also present. There is no more condescension, no more dismissive words. Only a heavy silence remains. "Why didn't you tell us, Amelia?" My father finally speaks, his voice hoarse. "I did," I reply calmly. "I sent invitations, emails, pictures, but you never really listened, never really wanted to know." "We were wrong," Nathan admits, his voice small. I didn't know. I didn't know you were in such an important position." "The issue isn't about an important position," I say. "The issue is about respect. Respect for the path I chose. Respect for my efforts and achievements, even if they weren't what you expected." It is a long and difficult conversation, but for the first time in years, we are truly talking to each other. There are belated apologies, there are bitter admissions. It cannot erase the hurts of the past, but it has opened a door for the future.
Follow us at revengefiles.com.
6 months later, they visit my apartment in Washington, D.C. My father has brought a carefully framed newspaper article about the success of Project Eagle, featuring a picture of me with high-ranking generals. He has hung it in a place of honor in his office. My mother has made my favorite apple pie. And Nathan, for the first time, asks me about the challenges of my job with genuine curiosity. That evening, my father raises his glass. To Amelia, he says, Who taught us that a person's worth is not in following a pre-drawn path, but in having the courage to create one's own? In that moment, I realized that the real victory wasn't about making them acknowledge me. The victory lay in realizing that my own self-worth does not depend on anyone else's validation. I was always enough. Walking into that meeting room in uniform was not revenge. It was an affirmation. My presence alone said who I was.